Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So we're just going to get right into the question. Who shot EJ on Days of Our Lives? Now, the list is long and everyone has a reason. Sit there and take EJ out. The question is, who actually did it? Now I have my guesses, but we'll sit there and talk about it tonight. Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Monique is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ, is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South, how's the lovely Queen doing? Dolmex is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Monique is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron is in the chat. How you doing tonight? And I'm good. I'm good, Queen. How are you doing tonight? Dolmex says, I hope you saw Hollyoaks today. I did not. I got to catch up to yesterday's episode. But I'm definitely looking forward to it because I saw a little bit of the preview. So listen, that that kid is a demon child. Let's just be honest. Alicia said, "Who shot AJ?" All the above. Yeah, but of course, Queen. Of course. Oh yeah, I know, Ron. Gorgeous Queen Janet. How's the lovely Queen Janet doing tonight? What's good, Patty? Where's my music at? Justin. Copy Dallas Sterling. Who shot RJ? Well, to be honest, I don't think it's really that original. Shakira says, I shot EG, my character's Ariel. Okay. How you doing tonight, Shakira? And I hope you saw, yep, there we go, Alicia. Thoughts on the lunar triangle? Mm, not really interested in it, unfortunately. My thoughts would be Electra would do something. Well, I feel like Luna, just for my thoughts, my thing is that I think Luna's gonna sit there and find a way to get between those two, between Electra and Will, and they're gonna wind up doing something, and Electra's gonna have a hard time forgiving him. That's my thoughts. Um, I generally don't like I definitely don't like love triangles, especially two women fighting over a man. Um, but if I had to sit there and guess, I would sit there and say that's how it probably happened. Oh, Jr. No, I know what you got. I know what you said, Justin. Jenna says Liam quitting. I'm not interested in the triangle either. Liam quitting. I don't know why Bill would actually. He could be replaced. Like for what he does, I feel like he could be replaced. Um, Domex says they did a really good job of setting up the suspects for EJ. I'm slowly been getting back into days this week, and I'm liking it. Okay. Um, I just don't. She's a child. Like I said, Ron, if you're right, you're right. But she's a child, so I don't. You know. See, my whole thing is, and I'll sit there and say this right now. Ugh, I would sit there and say Ava because I know that the actress is leaving the show. Well, the actress is semi-retiring, so it would make the most sense that Ava did it. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Just going back on B&B, I think Electra lost her damn mind personally. I really do. I'm like, yo, like Ariana said, and shout out to you got favorites and goodbye. I was gonna get to your comment in a second, Shakira. There's like 19 people in this chat. So if I don't get to you right away, don't take it personal. But Yeah, I mean, and yes, it could be Christian. It could be Johnny. Well, I think Johnny is too obvious for it to be Johnny. Um, the second person actually accused me of that. Not that I care, but that's right. Cheers, love. Domek says Liam started out on B&B as an IT guy. He can be replaced by the number to the best. Exactly. Yeah, Alicia. But see, the thing is, Johnny took the gun. So if Johnny took his weapon, unless he has another weapon somewhere, what's good, Amy? Monique says it's Hollyoaks, that show with Nicole Kidman. No, but it does have. I haven't seen Mel that often, Shakira. I usually see her and Carissa stream. But no, Monique. But no, yeah, exactly. Like Dolmac said, it's a UK soap opera slash drama. Um, like I said, tell me what's my damn train of thought. Oh, Electra lost her damn mind. Shout out to Ariana, because Ariana was like, yo, listen, she took out two people. She took out two grown ass men. What's good, LaShanta? Took out two grown ass men and was about to sit there off Steffi. And Electra's little ass um, decides she wants to sit there and start poking the bear. Like, what are you doing? Okay, it says Ron says your thoughts on Bell trying to get AJ to confess, but he put two. Well, I mean, AJ's smart, and her line of questioning just seemed like it was odd. So AJ's not an idiot. So I mean, I saw it coming. That's my thoughts on it. Why not was actually pretty good today. Why not? Why not? Sometimes with why not, I feel like I have to lower my expectations of what I sit there and think is actually good. Like it's good for Y&R. I forgot the Chloe. I don't know why Chloe is like they're trying to get Sally to go back to her old scheming ways. That's true, Alicia. Sammy, but the thing is, think about it though with Sammy though, right, Alicia? She had over 30 something years to sit there and try to off EJ, right? Why now? See, I go with Ava because we know that the actress is leaving the show at some point because she's semi-retiring. But it could just as easily be Kate. Remember, EJ threatened Kate's son, and Kate don't play that when it comes to her children. So, actually, well, Brian, my whole thing with Chanel was like, I don't know. I wasn't fully feeling Chanel. I wasn't fully feeling Chanel, to be honest. Like, her walking up in EJ's place, I'm like, bro, you sitting there talking about past mistakes, like you didn't make any. Your mistake, granted, her mistake isn't as big as EJ, but you did screw up. Like Sloan and her brother can easily just have not forgiven you as well. That's true. That's true, Alyssa Jefferson. That is actually very true. That was very out of pocket. I mean, it's possible, Alicia. Yeah, I wouldn't rule her out. I just wouldn't put her nowhere at the top of the suspect list. Spencer says, I actually agree with Lucas. Hello, Albert, by the way, with Jason being also a criminal. Like, Jason is a hypocrite because he is dangerous just as bad as Brandon, be, because people were trying to snatch up Jas. Who's Jas? Yeah, he was being an ass. I understood about the lying part and keeping that from him for a while, but eventually she did wind up telling him. So it's like even with that, it's like, damn, you're acting like, yeah, she lied. She didn't say anything, but eventually she did, you know? But I did understand the whole he needed space. Because let's be honest, if she says she wouldn't need space for anything, she would have wanted that same respect. So Romax says EJ did make the exact same mistake twice. This is the second time he used Arnold to. Yep, that's true. That is actually very true. Um, it would with Beyond the Gates, and I didn't actually want to doing a review on it. I probably should have. I mean, I didn't really disagree with you, Ron. I had a different opinion about it. It wasn't a disagreement, so I don't know what you're talking about. But I'll get to that in a second. Um, Beyond the Gates. I didn't want to do a review on Beyond the Gates, but like Bill Smith, they're trying to put that whole kiss on Danny, and then not telling Haley, oh, by the way, she kissed me or whatever, or even mentioning the kiss. And of course, Haley's like, how long ago was? Yes, exactly, Dolomite. It's exactly. I was like, yo, even Gabby was like, come on, that was his sister. That was his sister, and she didn't even know. I mean, Dolmex, maybe you sit there, maybe he sits there and he looks at that and he's like, you know, well, I mean, Spencer, to be fair, that may be a weird name for us because we're in America, but, Faison, and their parents kind of grew up in a different country. Terry says, Miss GH and Beyond the Gates. What was that? Exactly, Dolmex. I think it's because, like you said, well, sort of what I was going to sit there and say. Oh, yay. The nurse's ball. Awesome sauce. But yes, Dolmex, I think he's had bad luck with relationships. He had bad luck with relationships. And because of that, I think he's so jaded in the sense that you know, that's why he's being extra pig-headed and not, using any sort of sound logic whatsoever. Spencer says, Albert, the point I'm trying to make is Jason is just as dangerous as Brennan. Jason is a hypocrite. Yeah, but see, the thing is, okay, I get what you're saying, Spencer, and I'm not saying that you're entirely wrong, but the way that Jason views it, oh, it's napping, okay. Sick and was now. Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry to hear that. Jason knows the players when it comes towards the mob life. Exactly, Alicia. Because when you think about it, Jason knows that's what I was meant to say. Jason knows the players when it comes towards the mob life. But with Brendan and the the spy stuff and the international criminals and stuff like that, he's not used to that world, so he feels he can't protect her because yes, Jason is dangerous, but he knows how to protect Carly if he has to. So Domax says Rafe is the man women settle for when the man they really want isn't available. I can see Rafe being Jada. Jada is the first woman to pick him. Yes. Yes. What's good, Jakaris? How you doing tonight? Got to catch up on days. Yeah, it look like it's going to be good. I remember your question that you was asking. Uh, what's that? What that man's name? Carson Boltman and the actor that plays EJ. Oh shit. Okay, Alicia. Okay. Thank you, Spencer. I try. I just I see what you was talking about, but that's why I was trying to get into his head. Damn vehicle. Thank you, Jakaris. Thank you. It seems like they hint when you asked them that question, it seemed like they hinted at what is going to go down without actually saying it directly. We're going to see how that's going to play out in the next couple episodes. Monique says both Brooke and Danny should have been best friends because both are pathetic women when it comes to men. Ooh, I love it. Hmm, I love it. Mind her damn business. You know nothing about JD. You should be the last person to judge anyway. Oh, okay. Oh, fine. I guess when you put it that way. Not a fan of Ava, huh? Well, yeah, I saw the chatter online, on Facebook, actually on Instagram. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. She did sit there and say, "I'm a off EJ." Oh, I noticed. I noticed, Jakaris. Well, we like who we like, and we don't like who we don't like. And the rest. See, I knew somebody was going to sit there and say that. I knew somebody was going to sit there and say that. Yeah, she arrested Emma. Emma broke the law. The whole. I'm glad you watched it, Spencer, because I wasn't going to watch it. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't going to watch it. And you know, LaShanta, at the end of the day, she did break the law. So she arrested her. Point blank, period. Like, yeah, she let what you call it go, but yeah, I get that. But, and that's the thing, Spencer. I didn't even, I was going to sit there and say, yeah, I wasn't watching that episode. Like I said, I don't do special episodes. And honestly, tell you the truth, like I saw a little bit of it. The fact that Tracy was being Silver to Sunny was just so like left field that you could just tell that this episode had nothing to do with almost damn near anything that was going on with the show. Yeah, it was. I mean, like I said, I know, you know, I know people probably enjoyed it. I heard of the show, Jakars. I know Jabot reviews it. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan of Nurses Ball, Spencer. I'm just not. I mean, that's cool, Spencer. That's good. Um, Monique says if Hope continues to call out Brooke, I may start to warm up to her. I have no idea, Ron. You got to ask Phoenix. Why would I know? Dominic says, I hope Yanni continue to pivot to Chelsea and Naomi versus Haley because that's an interesting dynamic. Yeah, I mean, Shortland Street. Did y'all hear about that? So, no, that's actually the first time I've heard it. Shortland Street? No. Honestly, tell you the truth, Jakar's the only soap that I watch, the only like foreign soap that I watch is Hollyoaks. That's the only one that I watch. I watch Hollyoaks. That's like literally my speed and my availability. Oh, Shortland Street is New Zealand soap. Oh wow. I'm gonna take a little picture of that. Look it up. Wasn't that? Check that out later on. I mean, Lashanta, let's be honest. No, no, let's be honest. She's hanging out with a local mobster. Okay, She's a mayor of the town, and she's hanging out with the local mobster. Let's not sit there and try to act like that's something that should just be accepted. Regardless if you like what you call it or not. Like she's hanging out with the town's goddamn mobster. Come on, we're not going to sit there and try to act like that should just be just a normal thing. Alicia says the funny part was when Curtis said to Laura, "Wow, imagine something being around for 62 years." She gave him a look, man. Oh, Ron says, "What do you think? What do you think when Luna told Electra, 'Don't touch me'?" I thought that Luna. I personally thought that Luna should have whooped Electra's ass. That's what I personally thought. Lashanta says, "But they've been friends." Yeah, you don't think that optics matters though? So because they've been friends before she became mayor, that should just be accepted now. Like I mean, in all reality, how does that look to a voter that she's sitting there hanging out and essentially endorsing a guy who is a mobster? Come on. Oh, they're friends to the end. Oh well, then that's totally okay then. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm not gonna sit there and try to act like that's something that should just be normalized. Dominic says, I got off of Neighbors when I found out Amazon was pulling their funding, so the show is taking a break, canceled at the end of the year. Yeah, it's a shame. I don't like to see soap operas go off the air. Any soap opera really. And the thing that's really interesting, Domex, is that Neighbors being on and Jabal up there watching it and having interviews with these people. Um, and then it just like that disappeared, or it's going to be disappearing. Monique says if Chelsea wants to be with Adam, let let her. She knows what she's getting into. She knows Adam. Billy should let her do. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Monique. Billy was being very insufferable. I think yesterday when he was like, "Oh, you don't want to be with Adam. Adam's a monster. Adam's this." I'm like, "Yo, listen, you're not dating her anymore. Let her sit there and make her own decisions. You're basically sitting there acting like she's an idiot and she can't think for herself." And like Chelsea said, hey, listen, I get it, the whole Dahlia thing. You can't let that go. You never will, and I get that. But like, if you can only be happy for her when you want, the way you think she should be happy, then that's out of pocket. Dominic says Neighbors has some good acting. I like that they were getting involved in the Emmys. I was hoping some of the actors got nominated this year. And Takara says, how do y'all feel about the nurses' ball coming back? I want to hear. Yeah, what do y'all think? I'm not going to answer that one. You already know what I think. But what do y'all think? That's the question for General Hospital. You're excited? You're thrilled? Please, not like my dry sarcasm on fudge your thoughts. Free ice cream. Not excited. Yes. So I know. You're excited for the nurses' ball. Alicia says, no nurses' ball. Lady V, what's good, Lady V? That. Well, Lashonda, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of have a point. Like, I was about to sit there and say, and I was like, kind of have a point there. Jerry likes the fashion, okay. Dominic says, I wish they would make a real decision about the nurses' ball, either do or don't. Randomly using it is stupid. No more chase screeching. Ooh, Lady V says, cancel it all together. I like that answer. Lashonda says, I like the nurses' ball, but I won't watch because Lucy pissed me off. Okay. Well, okay, Lashonda's for it. No, actually, was not laughing, Ron. I watched it before my caffeine kicked in, so there was no laughing involved. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, it's good, Jay Blue. Well, I mean, yeah, that's all good and great and everything. But I mean, the question is, are you excited for it? Because see, God, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I sit there and talk about the nurses' ball and I talk about why I don't like it, the first thing that I always sit there and say, even before I open my eyes, is somebody sitting there saying that it raises money for AIDS and HIV. Like that's supposed to. No, you said right. And Jay, I'm not like upset with you. I just my response when I'm okay. It's not you. It's just like And don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting there saying that's not a good thing. That's a good thing. It's like, I mean, some people actually like it. They like the singing, and I think that's cool, right? It's just I always seem to hear that answer a lot. Okay, go. Good, good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I didn't want that to sit there and come off like that. It also is a hospital show reminding people about the disease. And I get that. That's. Domac says Chase singing makes me want to take one of Albert's bottles. I got actually. I never actually heard um the singing, his singing. Just like last, yeah, I saw that Jay Blue, and I'm not gonna lie, I literally did sit there and think like the PSA. Like some people didn't like the PSA, some people thought it was a good idea. So, oh Lord. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna need to sit there and take a drink before I read this one. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna sit there and try to read this in my not sarcastic voice. Lashanta says, "I'm so glad Monica got Drew low down ass. Albert, what do you think? He was happy to tear down the family crib. What you think he was? I mean, yeah, he was happy, and then they got disappointed. I mean, my whole thing is like, this could have happened days ago. Like, it could have happened. Like, it didn't even need to get to a point where Emma got arrested. So, but no, I get it, Lashanta. I don't know. Drew loses. Drew deserves to lose everything. Oh Lord. Oh, Lashanta, I'm going to sit there and start by saying that you are a treasure. You really are. But I don't know. That's why I enjoy other soap operas. Like I really do. Like I really do. Oh my God, Drew is the bad. Drew is the worst. He deserves to die. He deserves a whooping. It's like, oh Lord. Since it says, yes, Albert, I am bashing Frank V, but at least I'm not making threats to take his life like other people are doing on Facebook pages. Well, I mean, of course, yes, it's definitely out of pocket. Yes, it is. But like Alicia says, I'm so over the Drew hate. Why do you honestly tell you the truth, Alicia? Why do you think I love talking about the other soap operas? Oh, thank you, Ron. It adds flavor. Um, That's why I enjoy talking about the other shows stuff, you know. And like again, I'm not trying to argue a Drew supporter. Okay, no, I don't know. I don't think that. Listen, I'm not. I'll tell you this much, Lady V. I don't co-sign everything that Drew does, right? But the level of outrage when it comes towards Drew, I feel like it starts to get a bit much. It starts to get a bit much, you know. Every day somebody's saying Drew did this and Drew did that, and it's like, oh Lord, Queen Jess was good, Jess. I don't see how the name. I don't see how the name me as it can be changed. Huh? I don't see how the name Kane can be changed. He's Alan's son. Oh, can be changed. He's Alan's son. What does that mean? How do you feel about trash, Albert? I like the character, Jakaris. I think that she's definitely flirting with being arrested, even though she is a lawyer. She's walking around with stolen property. And she knew she was buying it from a fence. Um, Other than that, I like the character though. See, that's another problem though, right, Alicia? So like, there was a point where people thought that Drew was boring and that they didn't like, you know, Cameron taking over the role. Now Drew's doing stuff. He's actually doing stuff, and people are just like, "Oh my God, Drew's the worst." And it's just like, oh, God. I mean, I get it. I'm not trying to dismiss anyone's comments, but like, God damn, I like Doug Jakaris. I like Doug. I like this character. I think he has some really good potential. I like him way more than I like Tate. Jiggler says, "How did Drew get the last name Kane in the first place since he's Alan's son?" Was good, Jonathan. Filmmaker says, "I think the Drew hate came from Cameron being a master at making people hate him. Back in the day, fans wanted to punch his AMC character right in the face, and he was a hero." Oh damn! Oh yeah, no, I can't stand Tate. I cannot stand Tattletale and Tate. Tattletale and Tate. I like that. I just came up with that, Jakaris. That's awesome. Damn, I'm pretty good. Just says, "I never liked Cam as Drew, but I don't hate Drew in this current story except when he's doing with blackmail Portia in the crib." Ranting Ricardo, what's good, ranting? I'm enjoying your live streams. I don't usually get a chance to catch a lot of live streams, but I definitely do always make time to sit there and pop in for a little bit and catch your streams. Of course, ranting. Listen, I think Kyrie's for introducing me. That's funny too, because like I used to see some of your stuff pop up, but like it was really Kyrie's that introduced me to you. So props to Kyrie's because you're pretty awesome. Alicia Tate is a spoiled brat. He's an insecure brat. I tell you that much. Can we talk? JJ can talk all he wants. He can't touch Melinda Trash. Well, he gonna find a way to put her ass in bars, and then she gonna be sitting there looking stupid. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about, Jonathan. Who shot EJ? Oh, tomorrow. Oh, wow. Well, that's the thing, though, Jonathan. She's leaving the show though too. The thing, Jonathan, the thing that was annoying the hell out of me, um, is people are sitting there trying to make it seem like, oh wow, Jonathan, you agree with Ron. Alicia says Melinda Travis is a stupid lawyer. Why? Because she's walking around with stolen goods. Because like that's what I was sitting there thinking. I was like, yo, this chick is a lawyer, and she's walking around with stolen goods. Like the shit is just cool. Like, okay, just said, what's up with Maxie and her voice today? Sis should have stayed home. Oh, Jess, I said the same thing, Jess. And this is more towards the actor because I don't think that was her fake being sick. I think that was her actually being sick. Nobody could sit there and carry that voice for that long. So I know it was the actress being sick. Seriously, Cherry. Oh, it was so distracting. Just let me tell you something. I'll tell you this much: if that chick has strep throat, that means that she probably gave it to everybody else who she was sitting around with stolen. Exactly. Yes, exactly, Alicia. Like, what lawyer does that? And she know damn well that jewelry like that doesn't come at a price that's that low. So yes, but I'm like, yo, if you sat there and you gave half of the damn cash strep throat, like, I'm like, girl, I know that you needed a paycheck, but I mean, they do have sick days for a reason. No, I don't, Ron. Oh, you're talking to. What am I reading that for? You're talking to Jonathan. Um. So yeah, that's that's how I'm looking at that, Jazz. So I'm looking at that. Oh shit. Yes, I forgot. Hold on. I still forgot that question I want to ask you, but oh, what? Oh, never mind. Okay. I was just I was just about to sit there and say, okay, so you doesn't start until the 24th of April. Okay, so we have time. For some odd reason I thought you was coming on. What's good, Duan? No. I thought you was coming on tomorrow. It's not until towards the end of the month. You know, that's a really good question. That's a really good question because, like, see, I feel like I'm on Team Haley for the wrong reasons. Yeah, I know. I thought about that afterwards. Yes, I thought about that afterwards. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it makes more sense. I was on Team Haley for the goddamn right, Dolmedics. Goddamn right, absolutely. But I see why people are on Team Danny. So I mean, she is the homewrecker. So yeah, I know Jasmine is so amazing. I was trying not to let my mind go to the gutter, but like, uh, Johnson says, Albert, it could very well be Little Rachel has surprised viewers with twists like that even Phoenix believe is possible. I mean, that's cool. I don't think so, but I'll tell you though, I'll tell you much though. If it is, you know, be a shock. Well, I mean, come on, Jess, why lie? Come on, Jess. You know who I am. That sounds awful. That sounds awful, but you know, girl said today I got my tooth pulled and I'm still sore. Oof. They gave you any sort of pain medication? Domex says Haley's stay when those Instagram baddie meets Fashion Nova workwear fits. I know she reminds me of, well, she reminds me a lot of thirst traps that I follow. Ava, Jonathan. I would sit there and say Ava, because the actress is leaving town. Um, I think it's possible it's going to be Ava. But yeah, no, she's definitely a baddie. But I see the, here's the thing. I can't think of one logical reason why people will be Team Haley. That's the sad thing. I don't know why. Yeah, like I said, Instagram back. Yes, I gotta follow that chick. I don't know if she's on Instagram, but I gotta follow her though. Just said, what was the point of Ashley and Dex inviting Andre over for dinner? What was the point of Ashley Smith did trying so hard to still be friends with a guy who kissed her and then start doing some sort of weird handshake and everything like that? Like, what was the point of that? I get the point of, I mean, here's the thing. From Derek's point of view, I get the point of even inviting him over because he clearly feels insecure on some level. He's like, all right, maybe if I get to know him and everything. What's good, Ebony Love? What's the point of Ashley in general? Oh, okay. It's our question. I mean, it's not really, but oh yeah, I keep forgetting, Ron. You like to sit there and see the reactions out of people. My bad. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only person that didn't that noticed that. What's good, Ebony Love? Derek is a waste. That's okay. Just says I don't think he needed to be invited over Andre for dinner to get to know him. Why not? I mean, the thing is, here's the thing: since Ashley's so insistent on being friends with him, wouldn't that be a good way for him to, kind of get over he's clearly insecure. He clearly is bothered by the whole thing, but rather than sit there and have that animosity or that awkwardness, it's like, all right, let's just invite him over to dinner, you know, just because that man has feelings for his girl and you're going to bring him to your house. Okay, what you got me there? Say what you got me there. Alicia said, I'm more scared of Little Rage than I am of Sonny Corinthos. Takara says, do y'all think they need to recast Tomas? Why? Why would they need to recast him for? I mean, what's up with the current? What's wrong with the current actor that plays Tomas? But see, and Jess, and again, this is what I said in my review yesterday. Ashley is inviting trouble, right? The guy already tried to make a pass at you once, and instead of you saying, you know what, listen, I don't need that or whatever. I got my friends. Oh, Tomas can't act. Okay, never mind. I didn't notice that. I mean, to be fair, Jess, the problem is, I'm going to be honest, Jess. I feel like he's not the only person that has a bit of trouble acting. If we're going to be honest, there's some other actors that we could sit there and add to that list, Jess. Domex says Ashley was collecting that Procter and Gamble check from the show. Let them be the commercial people. Next week, Ashley can drink a Coke while for sure. Exactly. So And if we're gonna be honest, just if we're gonna be honest, we gonna have to start. We gonna have to start with Chelsea. Listen, I like Chelsea better than I like Kat because Kat's personality just annoys the shit out of me. She's like Spencer, except without any redeeming qualities. You know, Ron says when Luna told Ledger to not touch her, or if she did, then what? What do you mean, then what? Then she's gonna get back at her later on, Ron. That's going to happening. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't, Jess. I don't think that she can. I don't think that she's a great actor. The thing is, like, here's the thing. I know that like her and Kat are like new actors, right? I feel like the chick that plays Eva can act better than um Kat and Chelsea, personally. On this comments for Chikars, what's the least part y'all like about Beyond the Gaze? I want to hear everyone's thoughts. Yeah, that's for the chat. That's the question that Chikars is asking. Dominic says Chelsea comes across more nervous than a bad actress. She has a lot more energy when she was sparring with Haley. That's true. Except for some of the Gen Z lines that she kept using. Momature and Step Monster. I'm like, okay, like, listen, I'm glad that y'all making this shit modern and that's cool, but like, it's like when they try to be too modern, they come across as cringe personally. Chelsea's not even bad. Ted is bad for sure. But yes, that question is from Jakaris. Yes, what's the least part y'all like about Beyond the Gate? I want to hear everyone's thoughts. Now, Ebony Love says, I feel like Liam will work for the Foresters again, and Steffi will sleep with him yet again and lose her marriage. I didn't realize that Liam worked for the Foresters at one point. But I do agree with you on that though, Ebony. Then let's see what the new Ted brings this month. Uh, Turtleneck Ted. Lise Blossom was good. It's good to see you again. Lise. J Blue says, why has Portia not confronted Brad about her secret coming out? That's a damn good question, right? Did he just decide not to come back from Miami? Okay. Seriously, Jerry. Duan says, I hate that Beyond the Gates come on when Jace comes on. Rachel says, I don't like that Beyond the Gates has such repetitive storylines for a show that is so new. Young characters doing the same similar job as their parents or grandparents. Chose Naomi Martin. Cat worked for her dad. Blossom says, my least favorite part about the gays is that Ashley, Derek, and Andre storyline. They need to throw that out. It's boring with none of the characters having any chemistries. Any chemistry. Hmm. Brad got Portia scared. Not scared enough to sit thinking the secret's out already. So Portia got nothing to be scared about with Brad at this point. So that's a damn good question. Bomax says Naomi and Eva have more film credits of the under 40 actor. I like that Eva is easily the best. You have a good night, Jakaris. Ali Shalos. That's a hard name to pronounce. Ali Shalots. Ali Shalots. That's how you pronounce your name? Oh, Ali Shazos. Lee Shah. Yeah, I'm very bad at pronouncing names. I am very bad at pronouncing names. I do apologize if I did mispronounce your name. Oh, Lutz. I saw that. Lisa. That's why I went with Blossom. Lisa. Dominic says my least favorite thing about Behind the Gates is that occasionally it moves so fast that you can't settle into some storylines and characters' interactions. Oh, Lisa. Oh, Lisa. That's oh, my bad. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. See, that's why Jonathan is my guy. See, it's funny, Patty, because like Lashanta said the exact same thing. And yes, no, no, and Jess helped too. Thank you. My bad, my bad. Listen, Jess helped too. Jess is awesome. So thank you, Jess. Uh, Lisa, Jesus Christ, how did I mess that up? I remember you did actually help me pronounce Nia Long, and I kept calling her Nina. For some odd reason, I kept calling her Nina Long, and I'm like, and you helped me with that. And I still can't remember that goddamn question I had to ask you 2 days ago. I feel like I'm gonna have to put that damn AC into the room, but I could only give it a week before I went back to GH. I mean, I mean, to be fair, I don't know who actually thought that Beyond the Gates was gonna blow General Hospital out the waters. And yeah, I heard that there was a point where Beyond the Gates had higher ratings than General Hospital. But like, for me personally, I grew up watching. Just as I was surprised Jacob found out about Marcel already. Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest, Jess. I felt like we already knew that Marcel was a dirty cop. Marcellus. See, that joke would actually resonate with you, but you haven't watched the originals yet. Ron says, Albert, when are you going to make a play for Candace Mack? I'm not. Lisa says, I couldn't get into GH. I tried, but I kept failing away or falling away from it. I get it. Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. Yes, John. There's a couple people in the chat that it comes on at the same time. Spiderquake says the gates only had high ratings because it was new. GH was always going to beat them. Yeah, no, don't, no, no, do I know? Domex says Beyond the Gates and GH have different tones and story structures. They aren't really the best ones to Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not. I mean, again, that's like comparing GH to The Young and the Restless. You can't compare those two. You really cannot compare those two. Okay, well, Domex, let me ask you a question then. Could you compare General Hospital to Days of Our Lives? Yeah, like I said, we don't got that problem. Okay, so Johnson says you can compare GH with Days. Domex, do you think so too? How come Dolly and Jonathan have my privileges and not Queen Jess? I don't know. Like I don't know. I didn't really answer that. And besides, let me tell you something, Spike Quick. Queen Jess is the Diane Jenkins of the child. Yeah, that too. Listen, Jess. No, listen. Jess is the Diane Jenkins of the child. So like that's that's just how that is. But I love her. I love her answer. I don't want to be a goddamn mod. Okay, I mean, I wasn't sure about offering you the position, but okay. But she's the Diane Jenkins of the chat. That's just how that is. Domex says both GH and Days have a peak in the '80s where they were both the action soap. Cheap. Okay, I'm done. Okay, Dewine. Weren't gonna weren't going to offer me the position. Get the F out of here. No, just like I said, you're the Diane Jenkins of the chat. You stop it. Just I'll tell you what, you either stop with your shenanigans or I will sit there and offer you oatmeal. I'll do it too. Don't play with me. You will get the oatmeal. What? Ron says Rachel says I hope Abba isn't the Danny Dupree of the chat. Vodka. No, I'm more Victor Newman. Exactly, Jess. You know. Okay, Domex says GH had the Castellans who were James Bond villains and Days had the Damaris. Ron says, what do you mean that you're not? Because you have no choice. Cat Lady isn't available, so go ahead and go after Candace Max. She's good looking, just don't play with her feelings. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind, Ron. Thank you. Thank you for limiting my options, by the way. Lady V says, "Are you?" No, actually, no, I'm not. I'm actually not, Lady V. Now you don't. Okay, so Jess, you don't like them because you don't like the fact that Andre is pretty much everywhere, or like, why don't you like them? Very curious. I remember you said you didn't really like Andre being in just them just trying to shoehorn him in different places. Nah, Lady V, I am not tipsy. Johnson says, "What if Drew starts to have an affair with Portia?" Oh my God, that would be hilarious. That would that would be hilarious, Jonathan. Dominic says, "Al is the Eric Brady of the chat. He's stressing the ladies and drinking. The only difference is Al has a job." God damn. Uh, I love it, Dolmedics. Yes, Cherry and Lady V. Dolmex is that guy. So I always appreciate him. Oh shit. Just says Andre is a 304 and he doesn't fit anywhere in the current storyline. You know what, Jess? I'm gonna sit there and give you a lot of props. I'm gonna give you a lot of props, man. It's not too often that men get called out for being a 304. I don't normally like the slut shame, but but see that's the thing though, Jess. See, like I said this about a month back, right? You're the only person that called him a 304. But yeah, Vanessa will sit there and get the same amount of shit more because she's a woman, right? How many times does she sit there and step on her man and everything? She'll get called a 304 before Andre will. Spike Quick says, "I just hope if Danny and Bill get together, he treats her right." He tried to right all those years ago. I mean, and that's the thing though, Spider Quick. Like, yeah, here's the thing though, right? Let's just sit there and say he does treat her right. Does that make up for all the years that he treated her wrong? Lisa says Andre is definitely for the streets, as the young people say. Oh, Domex, we used to call Eric Brady a slur at the time we shame manager. I totally forgot about that. Thank you, Dolomedics. Yes, we did. We used to call that man a slur. And if y'all don't know what that means, just put a W in front of the S, and you know that, and then you know what that means. Yes. Just says we call Sunny a 304 too. Oh, I don't know why. I don't. I just now remember what Dolmex said about that. I don't know why. Oh, maybe I was drinking back then. Who knows? I know. Like I don't remember why I didn't remember that shit. Hmm. I guess because maybe the women are called 304s is a lot more common, so maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why. Rich is a 304. Nick Newman is a 304. Oh, goddamn. Okay. We calling out the men tonight. Sonny is a slur to all those kids are ridiculous. Yeah, he has a lot of kids. Seriously, her name was Love? I'm sorry, I'm looking at the preview for you. And her first name was actually Love. That was a down check. And Joe really effed up with that. Um I do remember that scene. I think it was the hotel fire scene. And he was with all his ex-wives. He was with Connie. I think he was in the elevator. He was with Connie. He was with I think three of his other women that was in there. And I think one of the girls asked me like, "Well, who do you want to sit there and save?" Um, he was in a room with all of them. Bill Max says Bill Hamilton's is 304. Bill Spencer's 304. He thought Luna was his daughter. Hmm. I think we need to redefine the term 304 then. Not that I generally like to get into these messy conversations with S shaming, but that's more Poppy's fault than Bill. Yeah. And now you have Luna going after Will and Electra being bothered because Electra is not ready to take things to the next level. And Luna is all but happy to sit there and fulfill that, which just comes across as so pathetic. Johnson says Stefano was a 304. Stefano Demare was a 304. Wow. Yeah, he does have a lot of kids, doesn't he? And it's funny too because yeah, he has a lot of kids, and you barely see any of them on there. Tony is gone. Chad is going to be gone. Lady said, "Y'all name it was Orson." Duane says, "I'm just saying, Bill is because he slept with Poppy. Tony will be what? Jonathan? Where you hear this from?" Dominic says, "Nina, Ava, Carly, Alexis, and Olivia probably can compare notes on Sunny. You know that man's phone number is written on the bathroom stall in every lady's room in Port Chalk." I could have swore that was the people that no, except for Nina. But yeah, I forgot he got involved with Nina. Sunny got can we just all sit there and appreciate that we lived in an era when Sunny and seriously, we lived in an era when Sunny and Nina got together. Nina, Nina effing Reeves and Sunny was a thing. They got married. Like, like seriously, Cherry, can we all just sit there and just appreciate the fact that they got married? He wound up being with Carly and Nina. Like, Johnson says, it was announced months ago he'd be back for John's friend. Oh, God. Ooh, lady says Elon Musk, Nick Cannon must definitely be. Well, yeah, I don't know about Elon Musk, but Nick Cannon, yeah, Lady V. Nick Cannon. I mean, we could put Eddie Murphy on there too. Hell, actually, to tell you the truth, I think Eddie Murphy probably outweighs Nick Cannon in that department, if we're going to be honest. Oh, he definitely does. Eddie Murphy can kind of afford it. I don't know how Nick Cannon can. Must have 14 children. Oh, I didn't know that. He might stay afterwards. If his feelings change from what I understand, Jonathan. 14 children is a lot. I think Eddie Murphy beats him now. Lady, I'm pretty sure pretty sure Eddie Murphy beats him. How many kids does Eddie Murphy have? Oh, never mind. That's still a lot, though. That's still a lot. God damn, that's still a lot. Don't matter, says, the sad part is if we were both having this sunny conversation last year, we can include Sam too. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. It was brief, but no, Lady V, Eddie Murphy has 10. 10. Yeah, 10 children. To me, Danny will always belong with Brenda. Ryan says to me, oh, Donnie will always belong to Brenda? Oh, Sonny will always belong to Brenda. You know what I'm surprised by? They never recasted Brenda. Like, they never recasted. We have about, like, how many Carlys? So Eddie doesn't beat Alcan and Arlie. Nope. I mean, it's still a lot, lady. I mean, it's like about 14. One has 10, one has 14. How many kids does Nick Cannon has? No, about two. He has 12. But why hasn't they never recasted Brenda? Yep, 12. That's still a lot, though. That's a lot. Hell, most people say one kid is enough. Two? Three? Three is like, I feel like three should be like maximum at that point. Exactly, Cherry. Like three is like y'all kind of pushing at that point. Three is pushing it. And some people are like, oh, let's do the American dream. Let's have 5 kids. I'm like, okay, all right. And that's still considered normal. You pass 5, I'm like, all right. Lady said, that's who I miss, Brenda and the Falconaries. Oh, I also heard that just shit even past 2 is a lot. 2 is a lot. Yes, 2 is a lot. 5, you got 5. You gotta have a certain level of success. Just, I mean, if we're gonna be honest, past 1 is a lot. If you're gonna be honest, past 1 is enough for most people. What's good, Jillian? They're bringing the nurses ball back. Yay! Lady says, I know you're not judging how many children we have. No. I'm sitting there saying, like, it's a lot. This is not me judging. I'm sitting there saying it's a lot. People can do whatever the hell they want. I'm just saying, for me, that's a lot. Like, even when you have 5, I mean, Joey, I don't knock people who like it. It's just, not my thing. No, lady, listen, you can have how many kids you want to have. I ain't paying for those kids. Y'all are. Ladies, Domex says I heard a rumor that there is an unspoken rule that Brenda can never be replaced by anyone but. Wow. I'm definitely have to sit there and search the internet for that. And what about it? Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing, Lady V. Like I said, they're not my kids. And it not and don't get it twisted. I'm not sitting there saying like you can have 20 goddamn kids if you want. Hell, I'm pretty sure there used to be a show called well, there used to be a bunch of shows, but you have 40, you can have how many kids you want. But I did, to be fair, I did sit there and say five. Oh, come on, Lady V. You know the rule towards that. Woman tells me to sit there and sleep on the couch. I have to sit there and burn the bed. I have to set the bed on fire, you know? Not just to prove my male dominance, but because I'm petty. I burned the goddamn bed and the couch. We both be sleeping on the floor. Like, we'll both be sleeping on the goddamn floor. Just as for me, anything past three is a lot, but y'all can do what y'all want. Oh no, Jerry. See, the thing is, like, I'm not joking. I'm being dead ass serious. I will burn that bitch in a heartbeat. Sleep on the couch. Ooh, Jess, you do not know the depths of my pettiness. Jess, what makes you think that I won't do that? I mean, seriously. I mean, do you doubt my pettiness? Dan V, I think Arnold Finnegan shot EJ. That could be the case too. Max says it was it may be BS, but I remember reading the blog saying the role for Brenda was basically held hostage by Vanessa. Like what? Hmm. I mean, come on, Jess. What makes you think that I wouldn't sit there and burn that bed? I'll tell her that she lost her goddamn mind, like she don't know who I am. But yes, let's everyone say what's up to Dan V. Welcome to the chat. Oh, thank goodness. You know, Jonathan, we just got to get through that. We got to get through a bunch of bad singing and yay. Yes, welcome Dan. Julian says many people want a who shot Drew storyline so bad. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you know it's funny, Jillian. Michael Fairman actually put out that question on Twitter on who shot EJ. And I think that'll be interesting. I mean, well, not who, but like who off Drew, because you know everyone hates Drew so much. Oh my God, Drew is terrible. He's the worst. Yay! That was me actually putting effort into that, by the way. To say I know. Oh, Jess, if you're still in the chat, I think you're still in the chat. You know, never mind. I was gonna sit there and say, you know, Nikisha does live streams. Lady V says you and your headphones, bottle of wine, and bowl of noodles will be on that. Yeah, That is generally my MO. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's uh it's my thing. Oh, I was also sitting there spying on other people, seeing what other people are doing. I want to see what Kyrie's is doing and Dion was doing. And I'm about to sit there and see what Nikisha's doing tonight too. Listen, Cherry, I am honest, and I like to sit there and think of it that way. Lady says sleeping on the sofa, AB. Listen, there will be no sleep. Well, the thing is, Lady V, it won't be. I won't be sleeping on the sofa because I will burn the sofa after I burn the bed. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, no. Both of those things will be burned. Sleep on the sofa. Okay. I guess she actually forgot. Like she didn't know who I am. Johnson says we used to think everybody hates Chris, but it turns out everybody hates Drew. And see, that's the problem, though, right, Jonathan? Like, and I said this throughout the chat, and I'll sit there and say this shit again. And I'm not dismissing anyone's feelings if they don't like Drew, because hell, there's plenty of reasons for not liking Drew. I'm just saying, when people sit there and say, "Oh, I laughed at Drew when this happened," or "I was so happy that Drew suffered this," in my head, I'm just like, "Mm-hmm, yep, you don't like Drew, got it." I don't know. Yes, Dan. What do you want? Well, Dan, I know Dan probably watches Days of Our Lives. Not one goddamn person actually talked about the Young and the Restless. Not one person sat there and talked about the Young and the Restless. I find that shit so funny. Did anybody actually watch the Young and the Restless today? But I know Dan watches Days of Our Lives. I think one person probably might have mentioned the Young and the Restless. Jonathan, did you watch the Young and the Restless today? Jonathan haven't. So, Jonathan, you watched. I'm just gonna take a wild guess. You watched General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, and Beyond the Gates, right? Duane, it's funny. I could have swore either you said it or somebody else said it. Like if Drew and Portia hooks up, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Yes, and B&B, okay. So we almost saw the crazy come out of we almost saw the crazy come out in Luna. Sheila's still snitting, keeping things on the DL. So I guess she's kind of just as spineless. You know what? She's almost just as spineless as Ill Scream. What's that for? What's Ill Scream? Luna the Lunatic. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Luna the Lunatic. And we almost saw that shit come out today. Um, Hope and Brooke are still having this silent war. Well, now they're having a silent war, right? And don't be wrong, Hope said some stuff that was still sound. One of the things she said, she was like, "You know what, Brooke? Stop proving yourself to Ridge. You are enough." And yes, Jonathan, I, I find that kind of weird for both parents not at one point mention their son. He was a prominent person, a prominent story. I mean, prominent person in a story. Yeah, that's weird. That's some weird shit right there. Let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Do you think that Sheila is spineless when it comes towards Deacon? Oh, I scream! If Portia and Drew, oh my god, that'd be hilarious. I would, I would love it. I mean, I love those Willow and Drew scenes because they're hot. Um, they're hot. It's wild to me. So tomorrow I got a 5 a.m. wake up call. And usually what I like to try to do is when I wake up early is try to watch the soaps before I go on to work. I see two, Young and the Restless. Jerry, I see two Young and the Restless episodes. I'm like, man, I could sit there and watch them now or watch them at 5 o'clock in the morning before I go on to work. Mine's going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and both of those two things are going to be gone. One says, I told everyone in one chat Luna would be much more popular than RJ. Was it Kyrie's chat or was it JLJ Media's chat? See, I had to say JLJ Media because if I said Jabot, I don't think you would know who that was. I do see you up in Jabot's chat sometimes, though. You and Ron now and Darby and Blackmon probably. Oh, Subcorner talk. I forgot that they actually. Yeah, you're right. They actually do their chats too. I keep forgetting how vast the circles are when it comes to this soap stuff. Like Ranton was here. Ranton also does soap content. Kyrie's does soap content, but I don't think he's streaming tonight because he didn't post. He didn't put any posting. Shit. There we go. It's really crazy when they actually know the people that you're going to type in before you type in. When you hit the little circle icon, it just has a list of people. Johnson says, too bad we never got to see RJ in more fights on the show. He has muscles. Well, yes, but I think it's too bad that we never got to sit there and see what the hell happened to RJ. I mean, if we're going to be honest, it's too bad we never got to see what happened to Evan Fierce. And that was like 3 years ago. And that, I mean, to me, to even to this day, that's still some wild shit. Like the dude got kicked in the water, and it's like we were just expected to just forget about it. Like seriously, him, um, Jan Spears, like we just expected to forget about it. He just disappeared without a trace. He disappeared without a mention. Like, this is my issue, right? Like, okay, go back to General Hospital. TJ, Mom Dukes don't talk about him. Stella don't talk about him. Curtis don't talk about him. We just gonna act like TJ just don't exist now. We all cool with that. Now we know the actor is off somewhere, but at least mention that he's gone for a little bit, or he took a break, or Like seriously, Jerry, like do something. I mean, the sad thing is that they probably used, I'm not gonna lie, they probably used to do this shit before. In General Hospital back in the day. Nope. Or in One Life to Live back in the day. You know, characters would just leave. We didn't really know why. But I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit different back in the day, though, right? There was a little bit more suspense. If a character left, we didn't know why. Or a character got killed off, we didn't know why. Or we didn't know the circumstances afterwards. Does anyone remember on General Hospital, Carly's friend Reese or whatever? Um, she got killed off. She was the person that got together with Sonny. She was Carly's best friend. And Carly thought that she died in a car accident. Well, when she got killed off, I don't know if it was her like she wanted to leave. And apparently they killed her off because the actress that last name was a joke. Justin says EJ and JJ are around, but where's RJ? Where EJ? Where is Regen? That was okay. Um, but yeah, it turned out that I mean, allegedly, is that they fired her because she got pregnant and she tried to sue General Hospital and she lost the case. But we didn't know that back in the day unless you had the internet, and the internet wasn't really as popular as it is now. I think you fast forward. I meant to also say, where's TJ? Uh, EJ, RJ, TJ. But you fast forward. Seriously, Terry, that was the alleged rumor that the the chick from Sliders, if you know who I'm talking about, the chick from Sliders, whatever her name is, she got fired because she got pregnant. You fast forward to Emma, the chick who the chick who played Lulu last. She gets pregnant. She gets pregnant to the point where it becomes very noticeable. Where they just said F the clever camera angles. People when I was on Facebook, they was like, yo, why don't they just sit there and recast or a temporary recast or whatever? This whole thing about well, you can't fire a pregnant woman. Well, they're not exactly firing her, but like this shit is very distracting and very noticeable that Lulu looked like she's 9 months pregnant, and we know damn well that Lulu can't have kids. She can't get pregnant. But because of the lawsuit that wound up happening with the last woman, they don't want to risk anything. They decide to keep her on, even though she's 9 months pregnant. Like, what are we doing? Now, see, people will sit there and say I'm an asshole. Like, oh, you want a pregnant chick? No, I don't want her to get fired, but like, they could have recast and just kind of took a break from her. You fucking up my fantasy. You messing up my damn story. What are you doing? Like, come on. And I'm not saying that they're trying to be mean or anything like that, but like, you know damn well that I could sit there and see this chick waddling and not walking. There's a problem. Ron says that's what happened with Hunter Tylo. She got pregnant and got fired from Melrose Place. She won $19 million. I feel like the longer I talk, the more into whatever hole that I'm going to get into, and I generally don't care. But like, I mean, people could just sue for anything. Like, come on, like, what are we doing? I don't know. I don't know what the case was, but I'm like, certain little things just doesn't necessarily make sense, and we're just supposed to sit there and just accept it because if we don't, then there's always a frivolous lawsuit. But I guess they kind of rectified that situation later on when they decided to, kill off the Lulu character. Seriously, Jerry, I'm like, you fucking on my damn fantasy. What are we doing? But that's the world we live in, or at least out here in the States. If you're watching this somewhere else, well, God bless you. But in the States, we live in a system where frivolous lawsuits can happen at all points and times, and I don't know, just says what it is. Okay, I should probably end the stream here because I do got to wake up at 5 in the morning. But I will be back tomorrow, though. Yes, you have a great night, Lisa. I will see you tomorrow, as well as the rest of the chat. Have a great night. Thank you for joining me again. Appreciate all y'all. Cherry says I'll get Craig for 19 million. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, but okay. Um, but yes, have a great night, everyone. Stay safe. I will sit there and see you on tomorrow's chat. Have a lot of fun as usual. And have a good have a night, Cherry. Have a night, Lisa. Thank you, Queen Jess, again for the assist with the name. Have a good night, Lady V. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Queen Jess and Jenner. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Dolomedics. That's right. Have a good night, Jess, Janet, Dolomedics, Jonathan, Spencer, J Blue, Lashanta, and everyone else who I miss. You know who you are. Jonathan says, have a good night, Duan. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soap Chop without plastic. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan, the Michael Bourne to my Victor Newman. You don't know who Victor Newman is, look him up. Have a good night, Lady V. Have a good night, Black Ma, aka Mr. GQ. Johnson says, good night, everyone, and hit the like button. Also, yes, and I'll probably put this in the post. For all my mods, make sure you share at least one video this week because it really does help. You know, like it does. And that's for regular people, just for everyone else in general. But yes, all my mods, make sure you do always try to share at least one video because that does grow the channel. We got a new person tonight, and I think just because of sharing the videos. So yes, have a great night, peoples. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Laters.